Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome viewers once more to my channel. If you are an existing subscriber, most welcome. If you are new to my channel, you are also welcome. Please remember to hit that bell icon so that you get notification of all the videos that I produce. So continuing with my contribution to helping people in terms of skills for education. So today's presentation is all about nouns. So I shall explain the different aspects of nouns, what they are, how to recognize them, and I have created a number of tasks that will help you learn and hopefully use it to the types of questions that there will be in exams. This is particularly examined for SATS pupils at Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2, which is Year 2 and Year 6. So some of the questions that I have produced have actually come from old SATS papers. Okay, so first of all, some explanations then. So nouns are the names of people, animals, places. If I want, we could say just things really, but that isn't detailed enough. So we're talking about names of people, names of animals, etc. And not all the things that are nouns we can touch or see. They can, of course, be ideas, concepts, and examples of that are kindness and wisdom. Yeah, so we can't see kindness or wisdom. We might feel it, but we definitely don't see it. So the nouns can be grouped into 5 different categories. We have common nouns, proper nouns, collective nouns, material nouns, and finally abstract nouns. Okay, just more explanation then. So common nouns, and they're also called concrete nouns, is the names of things really that we can actually touch and smell. So many of the other things we write with a capital letter because of their importance. We're going to come to that in the next slide. But the common nouns or concrete nouns are not written with a capital letter unless they're, of course, at the beginning of a sentence. So tree, normally if it was in the middle of a sentence, it would be with a small t. Here is at the start of the sentence. So I've got a few examples here. Tree, bush, egg, dog, cat, man, woman, book, lion, and monkey. So in the SATS exam, children are expected to identify common nouns and distinguish them with proper nouns. So a proper noun is the name of a person or thing, and it always begins with a capital letter. Okay, so we've got some prominent examples here. Imran Khan, Boris Johnson, Islamabad, London, and the Holy Quran. Something that I've not written on here is things like qualifications and, of course, abbreviations. So PIA or BSc, BA, MBBS, they're also written with or start off with a capital letter and are known as proper nouns. Okay, the next one then is collective nouns, which of course is groups of things or people, and they have special names, or we have special names for collective nouns. And I have got some examples, or I've got a test where you can test your knowledge. So the examples that I've put on is a flock, so it could be a flock of sheep, a herd, a team, committee, and army. Okay, the next one, Material nouns are things or names of matter and substances. So I've got some examples here: gold, silver, iron, cotton, milk, etc. Okay, moving on. I hope I'm not moving on too quickly, but obviously you can stop this presentation at any time so that you can take greater note. I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, and the final thing then, grouping, abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are names for ideas, concepts and feelings. I've already mentioned some, but here are some more: love, hatred, judgment, faith and kindness. In other words, they're all different things to different people. So what might be hatred for me is not a hatred for you. Similarly, I may judge things in one way, other people may judge things in another way. Okay, so information. So the next thing is that nouns can be divided depending on their gender as well. So obviously we have masculine nouns, which male. So we've got husband, uncle and nephew by way of example. Feminine nouns, mum, lioness, princess. In other words, we have special words in English for what we call gender nouns. And there are some things, of course, where you can either be male or female. So, and we call those common gender nouns. So you could have a female doctor or you could have a male doctor. So these nouns could be either male or female. So the examples, once again: doctor, teacher, patient. Okay, and finally there are some things that we can't put a gender to, so these are called neuter nouns. And examples there: book, knife, computer, etc. In other words, they're neither male or female. Okay, so moving on to testing yourselves then. So what I've got here are 10 sentences, and the task is to write out the nouns contained in these sentences. So they can be either common nouns or proper nouns, and the clue of course there is that they are in the capital letter. Okay, so we've got 10 sentences. I'm going to read them through, then I'm going to give you 10 seconds to pause if you like. Again, I make students write this out, and either write them out again, or you can make students underline the nouns. So the cat jumped over the wall. Number 2, the apples, pears and oranges were in the dish. Number 3, dogs are often used to pull sledges. Number 4, cider is made from apples. Number 5, the policeman stopped all cars and lorries. Number 6, the children and parents enjoyed the play. Mr. Jones swam quickly to the struggling swimmer. Number 8, yesterday Yasmin purchased a book and some pens. Number 9, for breakfast I had eggs, toast and porridge. And finally, number 10, the aeroplane landed safely at the airport. Okay, so I'll just pause for 5 seconds, and if you wish you can pause the video, and then I shall move on to the answers for each of them. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answers now. So hope you got all these. So for example, in the first one the answer was cat and wall. So as you can see, there are some collective nouns within those, and of course some that needed a capital letter. Okay, so I shall pause for a few seconds and then move on to the next task that I have devised. Okay, so here you are being asked to write the missing collective noun. So this is a word for groups of these people. So the clue, there's also the clue in the article. So if it's an, you know that is going to begin with a vowel, and if it's with an a, you know it's going to be a consonant. Okay, so number one, an something of soldiers. Number two, a something of wolves. Number three, a something of MPs. There could be a number of answers to that one, but I've written just one. Number four, a something of footballers. Number five, an something of poems. Number six, a something of bananas. Number seven, a something of dolphins. And number eight, a something of fish. And number nine, a something of ants. And number 10, a something of people. So some of these are quite easy, others you might not have heard of, and of course you can always research collective nouns because there are so many in the English language. Some, as you're going to discover when I reveal the answer, quite sort of peculiar sounds, but that is the English language and that is the name for them. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds and then I'm going to reveal the answers. So please pause the video if you want. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answers. Okay, so the first one, soldiers, was army. Now I've written a committee of MPs, but it can be anything. Parliament. It could be a group of MPs. Okay. So the ones that you might not have heard of, perhaps a pod of dolphins or a shoal of fish. Okay, so I shall move on to the next slide. Give you 5 seconds. Okay, I'm going to move on to the final task, which I've called, so that you know the titles that you are going to write. So in the first one, it's common/concrete nouns. The next one, proper nouns, collective nouns, material nouns, and abstract nouns. So this is by way of summary. So I'm going to move on in 5 seconds from this slide so that you know what the task is. Okay, I'm moving on to the other slide. So I hope you've created this table, and what we have is a number of words that need to be placed in the right category. So we have Mr. Jones with a capital M, we have magazine, we have Pakistan, foolish, salt, swarm, sulphur, laptop, anger, road, train, Manchester, pack, leg, zebra, paint, truth, desk, hunger, pepper, joy, Friday, biscuit, curious, zinc, flock, Wales, sadness, and cotton. Okay, so I've actually taken this from an old SATS test, so it is examined at key stage 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to give it 5 seconds and then reveal the answers. Okay, I'm going to move on. So like I say, I know this the videos tend to be fast, but I don't want to make them too long. If I keep pausing, they will go into 20-25 minutes, and really isn't any need for that. So obviously please pause as you desire. So, okay, so here is the answers to task. Okay, so hope you got all of these correctly. So as you can see, common concrete nouns, all the ones with the small letter, they were the ones with the highest number, 10. Then we had the proper nouns with the capital letter. You've got some collective nouns there, such as class, pack, swarm. Material nouns of all the materials, and abstract nouns where you have ideas and they are different for everybody. Okay, so I do hope you found that useful, and I suggest that uh, go over and over it again, test yourselves once or twice, at least 3 or 4 times, so that you are on top of the subject. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this presentation, and once again thank you very much for watching, and as always the plea is to please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, it's goodbye, Allah Hafiz, look after yourselves, stay safe, अपना ख्याल रखना, सबका ख्याल रखना, अल्लाह हाफिज।